Darkest greetings, horror, sci-fi, and Tim Burton fans. Drew here from Horror, Sci-Fi, and Beyond, and I'm here to do a quick out of the theater review for Beetlejuice, the Beetlejuice sequel. Oh shit, I just said it 3 times. No, I'm here to review the new Tim Burton movie, a sequel to one of his most iconic movies, Beetlejuice. And it was really good. I definitely had a lot of fun with it. It's not William Shakespeare. It's not all about the story. Honestly, that was like one of my biggest complaints kind of going through the movie was it didn't feel like there were just two different stories. Like there was two different stories kind of going on, and it didn't feel like they really matched. But like by the end of it, I'm like, it got so ridiculous that I'm like, you know what, Drew, you're watching a Tim Burton movie. Like, who cares about story? It's all about visuals and him putting his unique like stamp and humor into his movies. And I just thought this was just so much fun. I love seeing Winona Ryder come back again as this character, as like this paranormal investigation kind of person. That was really applicable to this time because that's big now. It's been big for a while. So that was kind of cool to see her come back. Catherine O'Hare is still a hoot as this character. Delia Dates, I think her character's name is. How they handled the whole, Charles thing, Lydia's dad, I thought was really clever. Given the original actor that played him, was not a really good guy. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say what happened. They kind of handled the Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis thing fine for what happened. For that whole, incident on that Western movie. They handled it fine. Which, like, again, I won't say how they did it. If you want to see it, the movie. But yeah, that was handled fine. But I thought the whole Charles Dates thing was hilarious how they handled that. Like I thought that was I was wondering that, 'cause I knew he was probably dead, but like how he was gonna be in the afterlife as well as kind of real concerned with. But how they handled that was really good. Willem Dafoe, oh my god, like, just when I thought I couldn't love this man as an actor more, like, he does this movie. And he plays a actor who died. Like, he's like an action kind of star named Frank Hardballer. And he apparently had a live grenade while filming a movie, which is an obvious like nod to the Alec Baldwin thing, which I thought was pretty interesting. And he's just staging characters the entire time. Like, that's like what his character is. And he's kind of he's like a detective kind of person, and which is funny because Willem Dafoe is in a ton of detective movies and like crime type of movies. So yeah, he knows that kind of language and that kind of feel you have to kind of bring to those kind of movies. So I thought that was just pitched perfect for Dafoe. And I'm a huge Dafoe fan. He's like in my top 3 favorite actors. I just love that man so much. I think he's so talented. Jenna Ortega still just knocking it out of the park, just proving her chops as like one of the modern day scream queens, up there with like Mia Goth and Catherine Newman and Samara Weaving. Like, she's just like proving her stripes as a modern day scream queen, because she's just so good. And it's not like over the top. It's still like that kind of subtle acting we've seen in X and Scream 5 and Wednesday, like very subtle. And she's so good at those kind of characters. And I just love how Tim Burton was able to explore this world more. Like, you're actually in the afterlife kind of world kind of thing a lot more in this one, which I thought was awesome. I love seeing all the little creative things that Tim Burton does, and I just love how it was practical. Because, in this day and age, everything's CGI, and I love that to a certain extent. I think it looks really good for certain stuff that you cannot get practically. But I just love seeing him doing, more like animatronic kind of things and like makeup and stop motion animation. I love seeing that. Because he's one of the pioneers of that, or because he didn't direct Nightmare Before Christmas, but he produced it, and it was his story originally. And of course, you got Corpse Bride and Frankenweenie that he also direct those two movies. So he's one of those kind of. So he's. I don't know if he actually ever animated stop motion, but like we associate it with like that's something he's kind of associated with. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, man. And then does this give me the Halloween feel? We're kind of at the October season. Some people consider September, October season, or the Halloween season. I kind of do to a certain extent. So yeah, it's the perfect Halloween spooky movie to watch. And Michael Keaton was still just as good as Beetlejuice, the title character. You definitely see he kind of aged a little bit. Like, he's not as manic as he was in the first film, like the original. But he still got it. Like, he's still just as funny here. And I think it kind of worked a little bit. Like, him, like, seeing, like, an older, kind of like, grizzly kind of Beetlejuice. I think it kind of helped for that kind of character. Because he's kind of disgusting and, kind of gross. And, a little perverted, and that's the one thing I did like about this movie, was that Beetlejuice, the original, was in that long line of, like, family movies, that were really edgy, in the 80s, and to a certain extent, the 90s. And I was worried with today's climate, where things are kind of sensitive, I'm not completely against, I have my feelings on that, I was worried that the movie was gonna be toned down, like some of the humor was gonna be toned down. It wasn't gonna be as edgy and all that. But no, I think for a family movie, like for kids, like they kind of went for it. Like they made it for kids just as much as adults, and I think that's great. I think we need more movies like that, honestly. Cause there are movies, like, I get, they're just strictly for children, and that's completely fine. I got nothing against that. But you have to have some of these family movies that, there's gonna be jokes in there that kids are not going to understand, or they're gonna be, like, innuendos, and I kind of like that a little bit, you know what I mean? We need that. And we need, like, and kids need to be scared, honestly, like, to a healthy degree. And it's just kind of cool to see a movie now. Today, that's spooky and a little bit edgy and a good movie for kids and families during this time of year, Halloween time. So yeah, it's the perfect Halloween movie. Definitely go see it as soon as you can, and it gets a thumbs up for me. And if you like this video and you want to see more spooky and weird content, make sure you slash that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on Horror, Sci-Fi, and Beyond at Facebook and Twitter X. And then you can listen to audio versions of my podcast on YouTube and Spotify. And if you like this episode and you want to make sure you give it a King Kong size thumbs up and you give it a killer comment. And above all else, guys, stay weird.